All right, the papers are here, and so is the reviewer. So let's get you the newspaper review after this time out.
All right, Chukwudi Okoli Abuja, good morning to you.
How are you, Nyeri?
Very well,
Good
sir.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Same here.
Victor,
good to see you.
I have similar feelings for you.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, let's see what the papers have this morning. We'll begin with the People's Daily. The People's Daily leads with FOCAC. And the kicker says, Tinubu at FOCAC, collaboration imperative for global prosperity. The writer, as Chinese president pledges $50 billion for Africa. All right. Above that, death toll in Kano building collapse rises to 3, according to NEMA. Nigerians are suffering. Yoruba elders tell Tinubu. Alright, in the black strip, just below the picture story, federal government launches digital quality assurance platform for basic education. And some captions below that. NBA condemns recent increase in pump price of fuel. Rivers local government election, court reserves judgment in APC's suit against INEC. Others. And updates on the Emefiele. Court fixes September 12 for hearing on fortified assets. Flood. Kaduna government urges residents to obtain building permits before erecting structures. All right, that's the march on the front page of the People's Daily this morning. Let's see the New Telegraph quickly now. The New Telegraph leads with scarcity. Lokwobere meets Shatima. Ribadu promises availability of fuel this weekend. Another question is, what about prices? And the writer says, government not fixing prices, sector deregulated already. Reverse insensitive price hike now. Reps Caucus tells Tinubu. Transporters stop operation in Kwara. All of that on pages 2, 4, and 29. Above that, Tinubu to global leaders embrace multilateralism, reject protectionism. Harps on need to check root causes of poverty. All right, you want to see that. Interesting. Leave flood-prone areas. NEMA urges Benue, Kogi, Anambra residents, and Obasanjo, Oshibajo, Zulum, others pay tributes to Hajia Yaradua. Above that, just above the masthead, we have controversy trails. World Bank's $433 million fund for Nigerian farmers' census. Okay, you want to hear that again. Controversy trails World Bank's $433 million fund for Nigerian farmers' census. By the way, Chukwudi, have you been counted? Let's see what's below the picture story here. Arrest Wike over threats to put fire in states. Clark tells IGP. Self-standard certificates. OPS speaks on degrees from Benin Republic. Others says productivity key for employers. In the green strip, air pollution linked to health risks and deaths, according to a study. And finally, this morning, federal government may exempt exceptionally intelligent children from 18 age WASC NECO limits. Federal government may exempt exceptionally intelligent children from 18 age WASC NECO limits. Extends resumption date for gifted school over renovation. By the way, how do we get to know the exceptionally intelligent? So this is a class thing. Band A, Band B, Band C?
No.
In terms of intelligence.
A reminder, we are not done yet. We are not done yet, and there's no time.
I will argue that there is such a thing as the precocious child, the child of prodigy.
We have the Daily Trust here.
Yes.
And it leads with this story trending. Petrol will be available weekend. That's according to the minister. Price hike shoots up cost of foodstuffs. Beans hits 200,000 naira a bag in Kano and Lagos. Local rice goes for 140,000 naira in Kaduna, and Dangote refinery to determine price October, page 4. And then you have the picture story of foodstuff. I said traders wait for customers in Abuja and Lagos state yesterday amidst increases in prices of food items. Okay? And terrorists enslaving us to work on their farms, Niger residents, and that story is on page 5. Above, okay, just below the masthead, Naira crashes to 1,639 Naira a dollar at parallel market, and that's a crash. Businesses disrupted as Kwara tricycle riders protest fuel price hike, page 5. Tuji must face justice, Northern elders tell FG, page 7. I think we should leave it here for want of time. Chukwudi.
Thank you, Victor. Quickly, on a positive note, let them compete for Africa. Let them compete. I like the participation of China, in the economies of African countries.
And when they compete for Africa, what does Africa do with what they get? $50 billion to Africa. What does Africa do with it?
It's okay. That's another layer of argument. But first of all, let us have a situation where the West would not consider that they can do whatever they like with us, the European Union and all that. That's what I mean by let them compete for Africa.
It makes more sense if Africa takes good advantage of this,
It's okay.
for the benefits of its
we'll
people.
keep on whining about the things, the ways we are shooting ourselves in the foot. It's okay. We all need to join to pool resources to get out of that attitude. It's not only the governments of Africa that are responsible for what's happening to Africa. Individual African people need to change their attitude to their communities, to their government for things to work well. Anyhow, increase in pump prices of fuel. The Vice President summoned Mele Kyari yesterday, as well as Heineken.
They summoned?
Not so well. He invited them to his office.
Okay.
There's a democracy, so we should watch our words. He called them to his office, and maybe government really did not know about the strange things that happened about the pump prices of petrol. The pump price. Well, prices, because it's not just one price that we saw at the different stations. Maybe government really did not know. Part of the problem is that the PIA has not been fully implemented. When the PIA is fully implemented, there will be no such thing as regulation at all.
But are you suggesting, if you say maybe government didn't know, are you suggesting that government is disconnected from reality?
Victor, I know you have a very, very stubborn and robust agenda to get me in trouble, but because I'm the artful dodger, you're not going to get me into any pot of soup at all. Actually, I thought yesterday, how could NNPCL raise prices and government does not know about it? You see, I said you will not put me in trouble. You see where you're taking me? Actually, that disconnect suggested is not palatable. Let us sound like journalists now. It is not palatable. If really government did not know what happened a few days ago, that does not speak well for accountability, because there's a line of reporting when you do things. Very important. But I think at the end of the day, it's not going to be where it is now. The prices of PMS, I don't think it will be there. It will step down a bit. What I am thinking is that I listened to one young man yesterday, and he was saying that even the Dangote refined products will be sold at international. He said there's nothing like domestic pricing of fuel. Fuel is an international product. The refining process does not come from you getting a few things from Jankara market and all that. It's heavy, expensive equipment and all that. But at the end of the day, we would, as journalists, have to tell Dangote and the rest of them who are refining, you are not paying any landing costs anymore. You are not freighting to go and refine and freighting it back to sell. So there must be a differential. We must not relent in that. is what we owe the Nigerian people. I think at the end of the day,
If government is not aware that prices of fuel increased, I hope they are aware that the 70,000 naira minimum wage has not taken effect. That's the one that touches me. So maybe we should mention the fact that it hasn't taken effect yet, and we're still waiting for the consequential adjustment and all of that, just so we can be able to buy petrol. At the moment,
you never know who is aware.
You got me pensive, when you mentioned the minimum wage of 70. A bag of rice is now 85,000. Actually 90. So my minimum wage can't buy me a bag of rice.
It hasn't even taken effect yet. We didn't see it in August.
It will take effect. Look, government does not have the kind of cash it needs to do certain things. I'm not in government, but when you have been in managerial positions, you begin to feel where the shoe pinches the other guy. They don't have that cash. They are struggling with internal revenue generation and all that. That is why I say Nigerians should give them some leeway in a transitional period. Then maybe after 1.5 years, we begin to hold them fully accountable.
All right.
Nigerians are listening.
Tinubu says he's a reformist.
I
believe him.
You say 1.5 years. We're almost there.
He took APC and PDP governors, Labour Party governor to the Supreme Court over the money must go to the local government chairman. He started something.
All right.
I like talking real things,
Okay, we're about to go. The producer is asking us to go, but quickly, I'd like to hear your comments about this. Federal government may exempt exceptionally intelligent children from 18-age WASC NECO limit.
And I said you're giving me opportunity to be very glib, if not eloquent, about the precocious child. A precocious child is a child with stupendously developed cognitive abilities ahead of every other person. They are special children. You tap into their brain because they're not like every other person. That's what they're talking about.
So now...
No, there's such a thing as a precocious child.
No, I just want to paint a scenario. So you finish secondary school with, say, 40 other students, and then because 10 are exceptionally brilliant in secondary school, they get to go to university before age 18. Then you, because you're not as exceptional like you're saying, we have to wait till 18 years. Who says that, I cannot be more intelligent when I get into the university? Haven't you seen students who don't do well in primary, secondary, and eventually get to high institution and become very brilliant?
In the army...
Have you not seen people who are brilliant in secondary and get into high institution and they are not?
In the army, it's not everyone that qualifies to be a sniper. It is that hunter's son from Ubulokiti that they choose because he started shooting grass cutters and antelopes well ahead of the time he went into the army. When they find him out in the army, they single him out as the man who's going to be the sniper for the army.
There must be parameters anyway.
Everybody is not the same. There is such a thing.
There must be a basis.
There is such a thing as a precocious child. You tap into their cognitive abilities because they are stupendous abilities. Indeed. If you don't do that, you're cheating yourself.
If it's a law, then it should go across board.
Have you not heard about children that solved
we have to wish Chukwudi
very tedious mathematics problems?
A stupendously wonderful day. Am I right? Have a great day, Chukwudi. We'll begin our conversation after the break.